outside of Colorado, there was no offense I was more excited to take a look at in college football 27 than the Michigan Wolverines. They got the head coach from Utah, Whittingham. They got the offensive coordinator from Utah. Taking that Utes playbook from 26 and giving it to the Michigan team in 27, I thought was going to be an unbelievable combination. Well, now we're here. Now it's time for us to go take a look. In this video, we are just going to be going over the offensive playbook of the Michigan Wolverines. No live gameplay in this one just yet. That is going to be coming up pretty soon. It'll be episode 12 of our campus tour series where we're going through and getting a win with every single team in college football 27. That will be starting tomorrow with Northern Illinois. We have Colorado for episode 2. Michigan, I believe, is episode number 12. So it won't be too long, but I can't use them online until we get there. So let's just hop into practice mode, take a look at the playbook. Now for this one, we are going to be comparing Michigan's playbook in 27 compared to Utah's in 26, because obviously you can't compare Michigan to Michigan. It's going to be wildly different. And the main thing I'm going to be looking at here and testing out is going to be the QB RPOs. Let's go find ourselves some QB RPOs in here. I know we have got plenty to look at, and you'll see some of the new formations that are popping up over here as well. I know spread wing Y flex has quite a few. Let's see. Let's just we'll just try this alert QB lead, RPO alert QB lead. Put them in a random defense, no settings, no adjustments, no nothing changed. Let's just take a look. So we got 44 picking up that right edge. Looks like we got the linebackers pretty picked up, and I'm just going to be trying to run these with Bryce Underwood. I'm not looking to throw. I'm just looking to see how the defense reacts. I ran that very poorly. Looking to see how the defense kind of reacts to this. I know at least in practice mode last year, they really dumbed out on these all the time, and it was very, very easy to run with your quarterback. Okay. I'm still kind of seeing it. The QB RPOs might be looking all right. So they're overloading that left. So if that left slot is blitzing, there's nobody coming, nobody blocking him. Obviously that left our wide receiver wide open. But I'm really just looking at running this with our quarterback. Oh, what a block. You just knocked that guy right on his ass. Unbelievable block downfield there. Yeah, still looking pretty good. Still looking like the defense doesn't quite know how to react. At least in practice mode. Might be different in a game. Be different based on coaching adjustments and settings people have. But so far, so good. Let's try the QB power week here. Let's just see. So nobody's picking up that right edge, but we're picking up everybody over the middle here. So as long as we can... Oh, we actually didn't even pick up that left edge at all. Maybe the pulling guard and everything might be a little too much. Yeah, because we're just not picking up that left edge whatsoever. Who's supposed to be getting him? Oh, the running back is. So that's going to be our problem with this one, I think. The running backs block like freaking morons. So this one, maybe not so much. Might have to be a little careful. Kind of like in 26, there were some QB RPOs that just didn't block a defensive tackle. And maybe in 27, we have to watch out for the ones where the halfback is the one picking up the edge, because he is not doing great here. Let's see out of this one. I mean, there's a blitz coming from the left, so just right away, I'd probably be throwing this to Y if we see that slot corner coming, but we are just testing the blocking and seeing how it all works out. Yeah, I mean, he did kind of pick him up, and then that number 44 just stood there. The linebacker for Michigan State just stood there and let us run right by him. Now I like the looks of this a lot better. He's going to actually try to get second level. Huge blitz. Let's see. So, and then he just goes and blocks nobody. So we can't really trust that halfback going out to block too much. Those edges are just coming right through. So I don't know if I like these pulling guard ones where the halfback is actually responsible for blocking somebody. Because even the pulling guard's not getting there in time. The halfback's not getting there in time. Those ones aren't looking too great to me, but like that RPO alert QB lead, I thought looked really good. Let's try, we'll just try all these. We don't have a pulling guard, but we do have our halfback going over to that left edge. Let's see if it makes any sort of difference here. The halfback did a much better job on that one without the pulling guard in here. Yeah, the halfback's doing better. So it might just be a pulling guard thing that's kind of dumbing everybody out a little bit, because he's actually getting in there. And so is the defense, by the way. Defense seems to be reacting quite a bit better to these plays than they did. They're just sending all out blitzes, which of course is leaving people wide open, but that's not what I'm looking at right now. I'm just looking at how this blocking actually sets up and how it actually works. So I think from just the initial testing and just running these first 5 or 10 plays, obviously that's not nearly enough to actually determine anything. but I think those QB RPOs with the pulling guards look much, much worse to me than these ones that don't. Even with the halfback going to pick up that edge, obviously, they're in prevent now, so that's not going to help us a ton. And the linebacker's still a little slower to react here from what I can tell. So this will be good. Yeah, I mean, that halfback, as long as we don't have, I think the problem is that pulling guard, because that's every time now he's actually gotten over to that left edge and gotten a block on that guy. So I like what we're seeing mostly out of the QB RPOs, just not those ones with the pulling guards. Those were getting blown up real bad. Do we have someone wide Trey open wing? Yeah, we do. RPO alert, QB blast. Let's just try a different formation, see how this is gonna go. See, this one looks pretty straightforward, looks pretty good. We should be able to hot route this too. I mean, we shouldn't be able to hot route it. I wish we weren't able to hot route it, but we are. And then, oh, this is nasty. Ooh, this is nasty. So if we just send Y on a streak, he's pretty much either got to cover Y or we have the numbers to run this with Underwood, right? So if he's coming down, we throw it. But if he stays up top and follows that streak, all of a sudden now we can run that with Underwood. Now they've just got nobody over there on him. And throw it right there. Oh boy. Oh boy, this offense could be toxic. Oh brother, this one could be nasty. They got some good sheds that time. We could have thrown X over on the left. Okay. I wish they would stop coming out and prevent. But you can see still even there the linebackers were following the blockers like they were going out on routes. They weren't really trying to do anything. Okay, so now we just look up the middle. Oh my word. Oh my goodness, this wide Trey Open QB RPO looks nasty. So we can just throw that one to Y because the guy came down. And that's all we're looking at. We're just sending Y on a streak. If the guy's following him, we're looking to run with Underwood. If he stays with him, then if he comes down for Underwood, that obviously is going to open up the throw to the seam. Oh my gosh. He came down, gets Y wide open. Gross. Gross. Well, that still seems to work pretty good, and that's exactly why I wish you were not able to hot route RPOs, because that is disgusting. So anyway, now that that test is complete, we can take a look at what's actually new in these different formations compared to Utah of last year. So gun doubles, there's some new runs in here, some power Gs, some wide traps, those kind of things spread throughout the different gun doubles. If we go over to, let's go find Trey Open, because I think these are actually pretty good ads that we got in here, and it's gonna be these three: a QB zone run going out to the left, a slot screen, maybe, I'm not the biggest fan of those, but then another RPO. That this one's gonna work just like that wide Trey Open one. If we just put A on a streak on this, and we're looking at the same thing, either he's gonna be open or we're gonna be able to run with Bryce Underwood. So that Trey Open QB RPO should be just as good as that wide Trey Open one we were just looking at. Wing trio got a few new plays: a wide trap, a GT read option, and a play action all curl. Gonna be these three right here. I like having that wide trap and the GT read option, especially with a quarterback like Underwood. Being able to keep that, take off and run is a nice little thing. And those curl routes, we'll see if they're as good as they were in 26. But if they were, having a play with all those curl routes that maybe you just have to stem up or something like that could come in very handy. A big change that we got was actually in this Y off trips formation, where we lost 8 plays from what Utah had last year. We gained 11 though in the Michigan offense, so that's quite a few of them. I'm not going to go through and call them all out, but we will just take a quick look. It's more wide traps. That's going to be kind of throughout a lot of the formations. Like I mentioned in the gun doubles, there's some wide traps. It's in a few other formations, definitely more of the, the Whittingham, their style of running the ball a little bit. We can flip through here, see if there's anything else that really catches our eye. We do have an 0-1 trap, an inside zone, a lot of good runs in here, some more RPOs, RPO power, motion the halfback out, screen Y stick, another QB RPO, and that motion cross play. Those all look pretty nice. That, the wide trap, there's some good addition here to the Y off trips for Michigan. Then in Y off trips stack, we actually lost quite a bit. We're down to 9 plays on this one. And only 6 carried over from the Y-off trips of Utah last year. We got 3 that are new for Michigan. GL shield slant, halfback power right, and a PAY cross. Going to be two of them right here, but we lost 12 total plays out of this formation. If you liked the Y off trip stack, that did get kind of debuffed here a little bit. But really, the main draw of this is going to be those QB RPOs and mix in some of that 7 formations of Wildcat. Utah had 0 last year. Now we've got 7. I thought NIU in 26 had a lot when they had 5. 7 with Michigan. You have this Jumbo Z week with 6 plays in it. Obviously going to be mostly runs, but you still do have a pass option. That PA cross actually doesn't even look like that bad of a play in there. That's Jumbo Z week. Go to U off trips. And what I like about most of these, all of them but this one, is I hate when they have that quarterback just off in the backfield, just literally doing nothing. We're essentially playing 10 on 11 in those formations. But that trips tight end is really the only one with that. That was a big problem I had with a lot of the Penn State Wildcat last year. That still leaves us 6 formations without that. We have a U off trips with a couple DIY reverses, one going to the right, one going back to the left, a blast weak, a QB wrap power, a power extra, so you get your left guard pulling, and then that tight end over on the left is kind of going in and trying to take his spot. 6 plays in this one here as well. Then we do have that trips tight end where, again, you got Underwood just hanging out in the backfield there, really not doing much. Power read, a PA read, QB wrap, mainly, of course, going to be runs in these Wildcat formations. I'm wondering if somebody's going to find, much like what happened with Penn State last year, or one of these, like an RPO or something kind of glitch that's going to make it really nasty. It could be the power read in the trips tight end. Having Underwood in that spot kind of kills it a little bit for me. So then Wildcat slot, it's just going to be the 3 plays, a split blast, power G, and a power jumbo trio. These 3 plays, blast, power, sweep, Wildcat trips over, power jet sweep, PA jet cross, PA jet sweep counter, and just a regular old blast. Then a wing trips week. What I do like, and I don't want to speak too soon here, is we have not seen like an RPO like we saw with Penn State last year. No, it's all play action or runs or option plays. No crazy RPOs, which is great news, but still plenty of opportunities to be nasty and to be a little bit toxic. So this one does have Bryce Underwood out at the left wide receiver position, so does trips over, so does jumbo trio. But I'd still, it's Wildcat, he's going to be on the field a lot of the time. At least he's somewhere and not just hiding in the backfield doing absolutely nothing. The only one it looks like he's not in is that Jumbo Z week. Between the QB RPOs, between 7 versions of Wildcat, this Michigan offense is looking pretty nasty, looking pretty toxic. So then in shotgun, we've got a few new formations here too. We'll go through these alphabetically. A couple, well, not really new empties. This one's just called different empty chips to tight end, replacing the empty chips from last year. We did lose shotgun bunch open tight end and shotgun Trey. I did like that shotgun Trey, so that one kind of hurts a little bit, but we did add empty ace trio as another empty set. Now, what I've always liked about the Utah empty, like trips Y off and empty Y off trips, is it does have your tight end attached, so you can just block your tight end. If somebody sees you coming out in empty, they're a lot of times going to come out in like a send 6, like a mid blitz, something like that. With these 2 empties, you can just block a tight end, you can pick it up, give your guys time to get open in their one-on-ones down the field. We do not have that in empty ace trio, but we do have some interesting looking plays here with 3 different escort motions, a QB zone split, a QB blast. I mean, those are going roughly to the same area of the field, but then that escort X slant actually looks like a really nice play for us. I'm actually going to take a look at this one here quickly. And I want to see if we can still flip and mess up those hot routes and get ourselves an inverted slot fade on here on our tight end. And we certainly can. That is still a thing in the game this year, huh? Interesting. Let me just throw a streak on Marshall. And we should have one of those 2. Right there. Had to wait a second, but eventually our tight end gets open on that. So you can still do the inverted hot routes. As long as somebody's on a motion, you flip them, you hot route them quick. You can get any of these hot routes, but they'll be going to the other side. So something like say we want a speed out, but going over the middle of the field. When you reset that play, we flip it, throw him on a speed out. Now he's going to be on a speed out, but going over the middle. We saw it with a slot fade. Still going to be a thing in the game this year. More toxicity here with the Michigan offense. Just never ends with these guys. Let's see what else we got here. A double in, go wide dig, so 4 verticals, and then that A going right across the middle. TE cross, that looks like a good little quick short yardage play. Nice curl flats, empty stick. Really, this empty H trio looks fairly nice. I do wish we'd have that tight end attached though, but still looks pretty good. Elsewhere, we've got F twins over and an F twins over weak, which I don't remember ever seeing that formation before. So a regular F twins over, gonna have your standard 6 plays in here, and it does seem like jet sweeps are a little bit better this year. You guys will see that in tomorrow's campus tour with Northern Illinois. But let's see what does this F twins over week look like. So A must be an ineligible receiver. Look at that motion wide receiver counter. What a goofy looking play this is. So he's gonna come in motion and actually take the ball, and he's actually running this. Number 3 is, yeah, he is. Interesting. That's an interesting looking play. I don't know if it's going to be all that good, but it looks kind of funky. Then we have 6 more plays: a jet read option, a jet touch pass, sprint Y corner, then RPO read Y flat, QB counter, and an inside zone split. So F twins over weak. Interesting. It wouldn't be the most toxic offense without F twins over, and I guess now F twins over weak. So 2 new formations for us to look at here. Split pro far. Let's go find this one. Oh, it's the first one right on our list here. And just wanted to see how the formation looks. So we got our halfback. We got, is that a tight end or a fullback? That is our fullback right in that spot. Halfback lead zone, split zone, PA slide. Only 9 plays in here. X dig, a read option. I mean, nothing too crazy in here, in my opinion. A few different read options, utilize those legs of Bryce Underwood, but other than that, not a ton. Then we got a wing slot offset for our new formation, a jet power read, jet sprint slide, fake jet scissors, shift power read. A lot going on. A lot going on in this wing slot offset. A lot of different motions, a lot of things happening. In those shift plays, if you haven't seen any of those before, I think it was in the Colorado offense, we talked about that. Essentially, they just come out lined up a little bit differently, and once you snap it, they're all going to shift. So if you snap this, we see both of our tight ends. It was kind of like the triple shift plays back in College Football 26 that I'm pretty sure Utah had. I know, like, who else was it? I think Georgia Tech had a few of these here too. So your 2 tight ends, they start over on the left. They'll actually motion over to the right automatically once you hit A to snap that ball. So we got some more mesh in here, PA double post, PA boot. Nice to have some good play action mixes in here. Shallow mills, inside zone. Nice to have just a classic inside zone here too. Some more different jet motion things with a QB run, a duo run. A lot of motion. Do we have, okay, not every single play, but it looks like half of them utilize that jet motion and give you a lot of different possibilities, a lot of different things you can do. But between those QB RPOs, the 7 versions of Wildcat, the F twins over, the empty formations, I mean, this playbook's insane. And I don't know if I mean that in a positive way. I think this could be one of the most toxic, one of the nastiest offenses in, like, if you have a dynasty with a really fast quarterback, give it a couple months in Ultimate Team, wait until they release like a Michael Vick or somebody like that who can really take off and run and get some of those really good running abilities. Keep in mind this Michigan offense, because the cheese possibilities are just about endless between these different formations, but it sure looks like a ton of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little playbook review. We have one more review coming up, going to be our year 1 dynasty offense, the Missouri Tigers. And then starting on Monday, starting tomorrow, is going to be our campus tour series where we go through and get a win with every single team in the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you then. Until then, take it easy.